Jake, that's a game of, ebbs and flows, and really just the way you guys stuck with it, particularly at the beginning of that third period. What do you sort of make of that full effort tonight?
Yeah, you're obviously against a team that was one win away from winning the Stanley Cup last year, and we haven't played them in a long time. Obviously, I think it's been four months probably, and it's you got to expect their pushes. They're that good of a team. Those two guys are one and two in the league for me, and you got to be okay with their pushes. You got to understand that they're good, and they're going to score and they're going to get their chances. But the guys, we went down in the third. We haven't had too many games this year where we've really come back in one game. So I think that at this time of year, to see the resilience and to put 3 wins in a row together, something we haven't had in a long time. So I think it's a good feeling in the locker room. From
your vantage point, what did you kind of see in maybe that second half of the third period from the guys in front of you to accomplish that?
Yeah, it was just simple hockey. It was ugly. Obviously the 2 big goals. Outside of that, there's high flips, grinding, winning wall battles, managing the lines. And, that's the way you got to win, especially this time of year. I think we're starting to realize that, a lot of guys that are still young and haven't had a whole lot of playoff experience, these games are like playoff games right now, and it's going to be beneficial for us.
Jake, it's never easy to limit Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. What can you say about the defense tonight?
Yeah, no, they did a great job. Obviously, you got to have awareness when they're on the ice. Obviously, they doubled them up there in the second period, and they could make something out of nothing. You could not see them for 10 minutes, and then next thing you know, the puck's in the net. That's just the way they can play and take over a game. So I think this group talked about it. We had the utmost respect for those guys in here, but to play them hard and play them honest, and I thought they did a great job.
Jake, are you mindful of the fact in games like that you're going to have to come up big at certain stages of the game? And how do you kind of keep that mental focus that way?
Yeah, I mean, that's every game. Obviously, like I said, these games right now are even more meaningful than ever, and it's just my job. I've played a lot of hockey in this league, and there's going to be nights where it's going to be a lot easier than others to hold down wins, but every game's different. There's never one game that I can remember out of however many games I've played that's been similar. So you just got to. The guys are grinding, and I told myself to, put my head down and grind here the rest of the way, and we found a way.
Where does that win stand? I mean, that was a huge win against a good team. I know you still have games left here, but where does that stand, considering who you're missing in the lineup, that type of thing?
Yeah, we are. Obviously, we all know it. We're missing, our number one D-man and our number one player, and obviously Siegs, who's been a absolute horse for us this year, and guys are stepping up. It's not always going to be pretty. I think we have to understand that the offense that Jack and Dougie bring, you got to come in a variety of different ways, not just Jack can dance and do things on his own. Dougie's got his experience and the way he can play and shoot the puck, but we got to step up and find ways to win and to get offense. And I think the guys are just finding that, grinding, playing solid. Nothing pretty. Yeah, we're going to get some nice goals because we still have some really good players, but we see our 2 goals tonight in the third. We haven't had many of those in a long time. It was just point shots, and kudos to the guys.
Bratter, that was a game of ebbs and flows, and just the way you guys were able to stick with it, particularly in that latter half of the third period. What was so important to you guys in this game tonight?
I mean, it's like I said before, our playoff has pretty much already started. Ever since we came back from that road trip, we really knew what position we're in, and we're in a good spot. But we gotta start piling up some wins and find some consistency in our game. And I think all the way after trade deadline, with all the great guys that we got into the group, it really helped us, and we played some good hockey, and we know how important these games are. Every single win and every single point is making a big difference for us. So it's great now that we have found some consistency. We found a recipe to how to win games for us as a group, and just got to keep that going. It's a lot of fun winning games.
And one of the things that Sheldon and Fitzy really said is we've got to find different ways to score goals, and we really saw that tonight, right? Like sort of dirtier goals. Like how important is that for that to be a recipe for success for you guys?
I mean, that's a lot of the times in this league how goals are scored. They're low to high pucks to D's that gets pucked through, and then there's rebounds, or there's just a puck that the goalie doesn't really see. That's kind of how the pucks a lot of the time this time of year goes in. Everyone is so well structured that it's got to be some kind of breakdown where the goalie doesn't see the puck for the puck to go in. So I think we did a good job there to really finding our strength in the group that we have to score those goals.
And what did you like most about the way you guys as a team handled that last minute and a half push from the Oilers with their extra man out there?
Yeah, I mean, I think we were confident in the group that we have all the time that we're going to get this done. I mean, we trust all the guys that get put on the ice in these situations to get the job done, and I think we we were just committed as a group to win. I think that was the recipe. We wanted to win more than they wanted, I guess.
Jesper, how important has it been for you to step up the way you have, knowing who's out of the lineup?
I mean, I always try to step up, and I always try to be a guy that the team can count on. Obviously, it's hard for anyone in particular to replace what Jack does on the ice. I mean, what he does is something that not a lot of guys can do. So, but the guys in the room has to really find their strength and find their way of helping the team to get better. And I think the guys in the room right now has done a great job of that, of making sure that we get better as a team and everyone individually play on their highest level.
How good has Glass been on that line with you?
Yeah, really good. He's been a lot of fun to play with. He's an extremely skilled guy. He's strong on the puck. He's good supporting all the time, and he came in with a lot of confidence. He really brought us a little boost into his game that I really enjoy playing with. So it's been a good 2-3 games, something like that for him now. So I'm excited for him to keep growing.
What do you think a goal for Nemec does to his confidence right now?
Say that again?
What do you think a goal for Nemec does for his confidence right now?
Oh yeah, a lot. I mean, he's worked really hard. I mean, it's hard. We're a team that it's in a push where the top guys have to play every single game. It's very important to just get those points, and sometimes you get in and out of the lineup. But he's been good. He's been working hard the times that he hasn't played, and today was a time for him to get back in the lineup, and he did a great job. Come through with us with a goal and play good defensive.
Yes, sir. It's been a little bit since you've been able to build this kind of win streak, but with knowing how crucial these games are, does this feel like a different kind of momentum builder than previous?
Yeah, I think it's just been a good feeling in the group that we feel like every single line is contributing in their way. Everyone is really finding their game, finding their structure, and I think that's kind of what is the confidence boost for the whole team. It's just not a few guys that are finding it or power play that's finding it. It's everyone in the lineup is really contributing right now.
And to build off that, what has the crowd done for you guys?
Yeah, it's been good. Obviously, we were on the road for a long time, and coming back it's obviously sometimes a little hard to come back and readjust a little bit with the fans. Has obviously been good, and hopefully now they continue being really good and pushing us forward here for this exciting stretch ahead.
You and Limey interview, how's that chemistry felt?
Good. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been a good line, and it's been a little different, but we're getting to know each other more and more every game, so it's been working out good.
Simone, you said this morning, you wanted to come into this game, with confidence. And how did you kind of feel? And maybe what does that moment of scoring that goal, what did you sort of feel in that moment?
Yeah, I felt like finally. I was waiting for this moment all season, but yeah, it was a great game for us, and it was game-winning goal, so it's more special.
And what did you sort of feel like going out there? You said you wanted to have that confidence. Did you feel like you could play that way?
Yeah, I mean, after first period, I was like, I need to play with more confidence. I think I played in second and third period, so yeah, it was one of my best games this year.
Describe your goal. What were you seeing on the play?
I just try to shoot, so it goes in, and yeah, it was like really good feeling.
Coach put you back in this morning and had some really good things to say about your game. Obviously, a couple hiccups here and there, but what does it do for your confidence to hear that from Sheldon?
Yeah, it's good. I think I had a couple good games before the Winnipeg game. I just had a couple bad shifts against Winnipeg, and yeah, but I'm just trying to work hard and listen coach, and yeah, I think I can play with more confidence, and it looks like on the ice.
Sheldon, Edmonton's a team that, has two players who can really create something out of nothing. And I'm wondering what you thought of the way your team sort of handled the ebbs and flows of this game, particularly in that third period.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they got two on us. But yeah, when they stack them up and put them together like that, it's real tough. It puts a lot of stress on you. And that's what was going on in the third period. Those guys were overwhelming us. So, yeah, it's not just, it's the two of them, obviously, but, it's the group of five. They bring Wallman over now, and now they get a five-man unit that are all very good. Hyman's as good a net front guy as there is in the league. So, yeah, it's a lot to contend with. They got one on us to get the lead, and obviously love the way that our guys just stuck with it and found a way to get it flipped.
What did that pushback look like from your vantage point, from your group?
I mean, I thought we managed that line a little bit better the rest of the way. But, obviously, Bratter stepped up, made some great plays. Changed the line to put him with Nico and Timo. Quite honestly, more so just to sort of combat, Edmonton's top line, but coming out of a TV timeout, I like the matchup that was available to us, so we put him out there. And Bratter did his thing, and then again, like the matchup, what led to the winning goal. So I kind of put it together more so to stop the bleeding that the top line was bringing us from Edmonton, but ended up flipping the game for us.
You wanted Shimon to come in with a healthy level of confidence, is what you said this morning. Did you see that from him, goal aside, and were you happy with how he played today?
Yeah, I thought he played a good game. I thought Gilly did a good job of managing the D and managing the bench today with the matchups and such. It makes it easier when they, harder on one end when they stack up their top guys, but easier on another end in terms of managing someone like Nemo and some of our depth guys. But I did like his game. I thought he was assertive, moved the puck, killed some plays defensively, and then obviously, a great shot to finish a great sequence, and everybody was really doing their part well, in that situation, and perfect shot.
How important is that for a young player, given what happened in that third period in Edmonton, to come in with that type of performance right away?
Yeah. It's, I think it says a lot. For me, it's more than just the response today. I thought his effort and response today was set up because of his response after that game, the days between then and now, how he's handled himself. I think we saw some real maturity and growth in Nemo and some accountability at the same time. That, to me, is every bit as important, in fact, maybe even more important than anything that goes on the ice, is the maturity of being a professional. And I was really happy with how he handled himself then, which just makes you want to change the lineup and get him in and give him an opportunity, and he did well with it.
You mentioned Bratt did his thing, back-to-back three-point nights for him. Just how impressive has it been for him to sustain the level of offense he's had without his line mate?
Yeah, it's been tremendous, and the other night it was sort of him and Glass connecting a little bit, but tonight it was not a lot going on, and then I guess they scored the goal for us there in the second period, but flipping them, and then he was a real driver, to kind of get the offense going for Nico and Timo. So it's great. It's what you need. You need guys stepping up, and there's going to be different guys every night. Bratter today, Nemo with a goal. Timo Meyer scores a huge goal for us, the other night to extend our lead. Nico power play goal against Columbus to get us started. Like, it's going to be different guys on different nights. It's good to get some contributions from guys you don't expect. Pesh, Nemec, so that's what you need.
And it's been a little while since you guys have been able to build this kind of momentum, this kind of streak. Does this feel like a different kind of win streak, though, given the circumstances and how crucial these games are down the stretch?
Yeah, it does. I think these are great team wins. I think there's, as we just talked about, there's individuals that are always going to step up, but I think we've been able to sustain our play for a few games here now on the backs of just playing hard with competitiveness and intensity and structure. The guys have really bought into it, and that's obviously a very high-end team out there, and I know they got two on us, but I thought we did a pretty darn good job against that group, for most of the game, and that's on the backs of everybody just committing. So that gives us an opportunity to sustain our play, and with that, I think you can kind of overcome any sort of circumstance, and that's what we've been trying to build here. So we really loved our response there since the trade deadline. The guys have really come together and dug in, and obviously we want and need that to continue.
Nico's line took up a lot defensively, just containing those guys. How do you think? How important were they to this win, especially?
They're really important. Obviously, till the third period, I thought they're a little overwhelmed at that point in time, and not that it's not on Nason by any means. But I just felt, you need to kind of get another world-class player out there. And I thought they did, as I mentioned, a good job of flipping the game for us when we saw some good opportunities there with the matchups. But then once we got the lead, the rest of the way, it was those guys did a good job. But yeah, there's no easy shifts, for Nico most nights, but he did a good job. 5-on-5 power play penalty kill. He was over 16 minutes after the second period. Like that's a lot through 2 periods. But he really dug in here today.
Sheldon, how about the play of Allen tonight?
Yeah, I saw it. I mean, the puck's moving all over. Like, this is a real hard team with so many threats. So many threats from so many different areas, and as I mentioned, Hyman may be as difficult as anyone else because of his presence is always at the net. You can get mesmerized with what's happening, with the others, but he's such a strong presence in there. It makes it so hard for a goalie. So, yeah, tremendous job by him in what's not an easy game. Even when you're not getting shots, like that team stresses you. So, yeah, it was great.
And entering this game, the Devils only had 2 third-period comebacks. So to kind of get a comeback win against a team like this under the circumstances, what does that say to you as a coach?
Mrs. Fields carries us through.
So,
Yeah, really.
so
drop moment.
you guys stretch, Paul comes back, scores it all. You guys stretch, Simone comes back, scores it all. As a coaching staff, can you just speak to your thoughts on the way the players react to being stretched and then being able to come back and sort of, take it by the horns there?
I mean, it's what you want, It's what you want. You want guys to respond. You want them to come in with a fresh mind. It's funny how some of these things work out, right? I mean, sometimes they work out great and sometimes they don't. But in both cases, I already talked about Nemec, but Paul also handled himself well, and that's what you want to see. I think we're going to see more of this. If we can stay healthy, knock on wood here, the rest of the way, we've got bodies now. We've got we've got way more forwards than we've had, and we're going to continue to have guys move in and out of the lineup, and the expectation is those that come in take advantage of their opportunity, and those that are out go about things the right way. Sometimes they'll go out sometimes guys will go out because of performance. Sometimes guys will go out because of the matchup and the team, or sometimes it'll just because I want to get others involved, and I think. It's important that everybody deals with that well. It starts with myself and our coaching staff, how we communicate and how we manage people. But certainly it's worked out well for us in this case, and that's a credit to the players for allowing us to do that and still have them buy in and want to contribute when they get in.